Hi, welcome to all of you. In this video, I am going to explain what is maxima, what is minima, what is absolute minima, and what is absolute maxima, what is global maxima, and what is global minima, and what is point of inflection or different books. In different books, it is written XION or CION. So we will see these topics in this video. But I would suggest you to go and see my previous video because this video is related to that video, and this is the prerequisite video to understand all these topics what I have already whatever I have just said. So in my last video I have explained what is loss function, what is error function or cost function, and that was nothing but EDW equal to half summation of n equal to 1 to capital N, where W0 plus Wn 1xn minus yn whole square, and this is loss function, error function or cost function, and we have to minimize this function. So this is nothing but called sum of a square of squares of errors, sum of a square of errors. So we have to find this W0 W1, which is nothing but weight of a model, which we have to fit it, and we have to identify that particular W0 W1 which give the best possible line, and that gives uh, the sum of a square of error is very less for that particular line. So if you have not seen that video, please go and see this one. So let's proceed for this particular video. So let's take one example here. This is the graph. This is y equal to xq, this is y equal to minus x square, and this is y equal to x square. First graph, second graph, and third graph, and another graph is this one. So this is fourth graph. So if you see here, so this particular graph is taking at this point C, which is nothing but 0, a minimum value. In this particular graph, y equal to minus x square, at this point 0, which is called C, is taking maximum value. At this point, it is the inflection point of inflection. Some book write like a XION or CTION, so both are same. So point of inflection, the slope at this point is dy, first derivative dy by dx would be 0. Here also dy by dx would be 0. Similarly here also dy by dx would be 0, and at this point this is taking maximum. At this point this function is taking maximum, and at this point also it is taking maximum. If you see at this point this function is taking minimum, this is minimum. At this point this function is taking again minimum. So what is the difference between all these four graphs? One is y equal to x square, another one is y equal to minus x square, this is y equal to xq, and this could be any function. Let's take any function. So In this graph, the first one, first of all, this is called convex function. This one is called concave function. As I said, this is the point of reflection at this point, and you can see it is taking global minima. This one taking here global maxima, and this particular graph having multiple local maxima or multiple local minima. So these are local maxima and local minima. So why I am saying here local maxima and local minima, and here I am saying global maxima and minima. So if you see this particular graph in their domain, it is taking only this particular point as a global minima. There is no other minimum point. So that's why it is a global minima. Similarly, in the second graph here, at this point and their domain, it is taking only one maxima at this point. But in this fourth graph, if you see, it is taking multiple maxima in respect to their neighbor. So if you cut this at this range, so for this particular range, this is the maximum point. Similarly, for this maximum point, if you take this range value from here to here, so this point is maximum. Similarly here also, and the same thing happens for minima also. This particular minima, if you take this value, so this is the minimum one. Similarly here also, this is the minimum one. So here we have a multiple maximum and multiple minimum in respect to their neighborhood. That's why we are saying it is local maxima or local minima. So now you have understood what is local maxima, local minima, what is global maxima, what is global minima, what is convex function, what is concave function, what is point of inflection. So now question is, this all these graphs, let's go to this one. So all these graphs, y equal to x square, y equal to minus x square, and y equal to x cube. So all these graphs, if you see carefully, in this graph, at a stationary point, the stationary point is this c and nothing but it is 0 here. The slope would be always, if you see, the slope here would be always 0. So at the stationary point, the slope would be always 0. Similarly here, the slope would be, the tangent point would be 0. And here also slope is 0. So that means if you see the first level derivation dy by dx, so it will be 0 here at this point, at this point. Here also at this point dy by dx would be 0, and here also it will be dy by dx equal to 0. And so how to identify, because you see all the graphs are taking at the at the slope where the slope is 0. So how can we identify whether that particular point is maxima or minima? So for that we have two methods. One is first level derivation, first derivation method, and second one is the second derivation method. So let's see first one, first derivative method. How to find out if the slope is 0, then how to identify whether that particular point is maxima or minima or point of inflection. So let's go to the first one, y equal to x square. So the graph is this, and here because here the slope is 0, so dy by dx would be 0. So the step 1, do dy by dx and equate to 0. So for y equal to x square, dy by dx equal to 2x. For your information, if you do dy by dx xn, so the differentiation of xn will be nx n minus 1. So by applying this formula, I got it this. So and then as we know, where the stationary point are 0, the dy by dx would be 0. So let's equate this 0. Dy by dx is 2x, then 2x equal to 0. So x means, so 0. So when 0 is coming, that means this would be the stationary point, but it will not give guarantee whether that particular point is the maximum or minimum. For that we have to go for the second level. So how to identify in first derivative method is that, as we know that this particular point is a stationary point, so every point before that and after that we have to put this in second derivation, second in this dy by dx. So here it is 0. If you take this c, so c minus h or c plus h, you have to put this one c minus h and c plus h, and you have to do the first derivation for this particular point. So here we have c 0, c minus 1, let's say minus 1. So if we put 2x, dy by dx is nothing but 2x. As we know that 2x equal to 0, so x equal to 0, it's a stationary point. We have to identify whether it is a maximum or minimum. So in a step 2, put this x minus 1, which is nothing but c minus h point just before that. So if 2 minus 1, so this is nothing but minus 2, which is less than 0. And then you put c plus h, which is x equal to 1, then 2 1, which is nothing but 2, and it is greater than 0. So that means, if you see carefully here, at this point slope is 0, but before this point, if you see here, the slope is decreasing, and here it is slope is increasing. So this is the decreasing function. It is first decreasing and then coming up. So here the slope will be negative, and here the slope will be positive, greater than 0, and it will be less than 0. So if this condition satisfied, then we can say that that particular point C is taking minima point, and the value will be the minimum for that particular point. Okay, if the step 2, you understood this one, right? So this is the minimum point. Now let's go to the second example, where y equal to minus x square, and the graph is this, and here at this point dy by dx would be 0, and now we have to identify whether this particular point is maxima or minima. So we will apply the same rule. So if you see here, this is the increasing function. Here if you take the tangent, it is increasing, and then it is going to 0, and then it is decreasing. So here it is increasing means positive, here it is decreasing means negative. So step 1, do dy by dx. So dy by dx will be here minus 2x, and then as we know that at the stationary point the dy by dx would be 0, so it is x equal to 0. So it confirmed that this is the stationary point, and it will this is the root for this one. And then it will be a maximum or minimum. So we have to go for, to identify that, we have to go for a step 2, and in a step 2 we will put c minus h any point and c plus h point. So just before this is the 0, so before 0 any point here, and after 0 any point, put it in dy by dx. So dy by dx will give a slope, so we have to identify whether that particular slope is positive or negative. So just put that minus 1, x equal to minus 1, which is left side of 0. So minus 2 cross minus 1, that is nothing but plus 2, which is greater than 0. And if you put x equal to 1 on that and in this equation, so minus 2 cross 1 equal to minus 2, which is less than 0. So if you see that just before that point, which is nothing but c minus h, is giving greater than 0, and this one is giving less than 0. So that means it is going from positive to negative. So it confirms that that point C is maximum point, maxima, point of maxima, and that particular point will give a maximum value. Similarly, for third example where y equal to x cube, so let's see here, this one is giving neither a maximum or minimum. We can check by applying that rule. So at this point the slope would be 0. That means dy by dx at this point C would be 0. So let's differentiate. Dy by dx equal to, it could be x cube, x5, x7, anything, but then it is 3x square. Now you equate to dy by dx equal to 3x square equal to 0, then x equal to 0. So it confirms that it's a stationary point and it is having maxima or minima or inflection point. So let's check the step 2. So any point just before c minus h and c plus h, point this side and this side, as we know this is the 0, then let's put x equal to minus 1. So 3x square, 3 minus 1 square, it is nothing but 3 cross 1 equal to 3. This is greater than 0. And if you put x equal to plus 1, 3x square, 3 1 square equal to, it is also 3 greater than 0. So that means here it is increasing, and again it at this stationary point the dy by dx is 0, and again it is increasing. So it is neither going from positive to negative or from negative to positive. It is positive. That's why we are saying it is a point of inflection. You can understood, right? It is not taking curve here, it is not going down. The slope is increasing. If you take the tangent, it is increasing. Here it is 0, and then again it is increasing here, and we have proved that by putting c minus h and c plus h value. C is nothing but 0. So before 0 we have taken minus 1, after 0 we have taken plus 1, and we have put it in dy by dx, and we found that it is giving greater than 0 and greater than 0. So we have a two condition. If it is going from plus to minus or minus to plus, then we can say that it is maxima or minima, as I already explained. If it is plus plus or minus minus, then it is a point of inflection. So let's go to the second derivative test. In second derivative test, whatever we have seen, that is the first level derivative test. In second derivative test, we will do for this graph y equal to x square, y equal to minus x square, and y equal to x cube. The graph for this is nothing but this. For this one is the graph, and for this x cube, so the second derivative test. So let's see the flow diagram for this, how to test it. So first of all, generate and or do first derivative test. F dash, go and check f double dash x. So if the first derivative is, you just equate to 0, and if it is coming 0, then go to the second derivative f double x, second derivative, and put the value of x here and check whether it is giving greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is giving greater than 0, so that means that is local minima, and if it is giving greater than 0, that means that is local maxima. And the second case is if the second derivative is giving 0 equal to 0, then what to do? Then we have to perform third derivative test. We have to do third derivative here. This is third derivative, and then check if it is not equal to 0, then that particular function is a point of inflection. Neither maximum nor minimum, which is this y equal to x cube. If this third derivative is giving 0, then perform fourth derivative f 4 times, this is fourth derivative, and check if it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, then same local minima, and if it is greater than 0, then local maxima. And if it is not giving greater than 0 or less than 0, if it is giving, let's suppose, 0, then again you have to go for fifth level derivative. It is 1 2 3 4 5. So this is fifth level derivative of x, and check if it is not equal to 0, then it is same as point of inflection, and if it is giving 0, then come and evaluate f6. So it is sixth derivation, and check if it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, similarly it is local minima, and if it is less than 0, then it is local maxima. And if it is giving 0, then go for f7, 7 derivation, and then repeat that same thing. So if you see here at the third differentiation, fifth differentiation, and seventh point, it will give, if it is not equal to 0, then it will say point of inflection. As you can see here, third, then it is fifth, and then seventh. So you understood how to do the second level derivation. So let's see the example for this. So this is y equal to x square, and the graph is this. So the first step is nothing but do the dy by dx or f dash x, first one, so which is nothing but 2x equate to 0, so x equal to 0. So the first step it is giving 0. If it is giving 0, then go to the second step and do the second level double derivation, which is nothing but d2y dx square, and which is 2. If you do the second level derivative for this 2x, it will be 2, and 2 is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, you have seen in last flow diagram, so that is local minima. or that could be a global minima also. So that is the minimum, you can say global or minimum, that you have to identify that. So that point would be a minimum point, and you can see that is the minimum point it has given it. And if you see this one, y equal to minus x square, which is this one, so apply the same thing, dy by dx equal to minus 2x square equate to 0, so that will be 0. So 0 has come, so that means the slope is 0, so it is having maximum and minimum. So to check that, we will go for the second step and we will do d2y and dx square. So which is, it's not 2x square, it is 2. So which is minus 2, which is nothing but less than 0. If it is less than 0, so that means that point is giving maximum value, and that point is maxima. Let's check for this third one, y equal to x cube. So do here dy by dx 3x square, 3x square equate to 0, x equal to 0. So 0 means the slope is 0. Now check whether it is inflection point or having maxima and minima. So do the second step, d2y and dx square. So 6x. So put here x equal to 0, 6 cross 0 equal to 0. So if it is giving 0 value, so that means we have to go to the third derivation. So d3y dx cube. So if you do the third derivation for this, it is 6 and it is not equal to 0. That means this is point of inflection, neither maximum nor minimum. Let's see some more example. Y equal to x cube minus 3x plus 2. Do the first step, dy by dx 3x square minus 3x, that would be constant term in differentiation comes become 0. So and this will be 0, it will be 3, because x power n equal to n x n minus 1, so that is 3 x power 1, so 3 1 x 1 minus 1, so 3 x power 0 is 1, so it is 3. So equate to this 0, 3x square minus 3 equal to 0, take 3 common, x square minus 1 equal to 0, x square minus 1 equal to 0, factor it, x minus 1, x plus 1 equal to 0, so x equal to 1, x equal to minus 1. So x equal to 1, and so this is the root for this equation, and it is a stationary point where the first derivation is 0. So let's check that whether which one is the maximum, which one is the minimum. So we have to uh, go for the second step, d2y second derivation. So that will be nothing but 6x. So at point x equal to 1, d2y dx square is 6 cross 1, which is 6, and at point x equal to minus 1, d2y dx square equal to 6 cross minus 1 equal to minus 6. So when it is greater, this is greater than 0, when it is less than 0. So this, when it is greater at 1, so it will take minima. This is a minima point and this is maxima. So if you see the graph of this equation, here we have 1 point is 1 0, and then we have here minus 1 and minus 2, So at point, this is the maximum point, -1 and 4. This is the 4, and here it is taking minimum. So at point 1, you see it is taking minimum since it is greater than 0, because it is a decreasing function. Slope is decreasing. Here it is -1, and here after slope 0 it is going to +1. If you see here, this is increasing function, the slope would be increasing here. So before this point will be plus, and after this point it is decreasing, so here it will be minus. So I have explained with the example. Let's see some couple of graphs to understand. So y equal to ex. So the graph of y equal to ex is nothing but this. Then y equal to log x. The graph of log x is nothing but this. And graph of y equal to sin x -1 to 1 range. So this will have 1, this will have minus 1. So it will be like this. So it range never go beyond +1 and -1, and it is having maximum multiple maxima. And so these are maximum point, these are minimum point. Let's see another graph, y equal to 1 by x, where x not equal to 0, so it is not defined. So we have to take x greater than 0, x less than 0. When x greater than 0, graph would be like this. When x less than 0, graph would be this. And this is taking minimum point at this. So this is 1, y equal to 1. And similarly here, it is taking -1 and y equal to -1. So I have explained what is the global maxima, what is local minima, what is global minima, what is absolute maxima minima, what is convex function, what is concave function, what is the first derivative test, what is second derivative test, to identify whether that is a stationary point is maxima and minima. If you have any question, please write on comment box. I will try to answer as much as possible. Thank you.